Look, went to the altar one day. The man was laying hands on folks. So I'm, you know what I'm saying? He said, bring your sins to the altar, so
right.
I'm throwing Newports. I'm at the altar like, bruh, like, yeah, he said put it on the altar, so I'm thinking, you know, this is my sin. I can't hide from God. What am I hide from him for?
Yeah. Inspire, motivate, be impactful, make the spot worldwide.
I do. I'm so spoiled now.
What's the difference from Sabrina spoiled compared to what Sabrina was before she turned spoiled?
A whole lot. My
Yeah.
whole train of thought and my whole thinking pattern is different. Like, just when you grow up and you understand, especially when you get on a spiritual walk and you understand life different and you see it spiritually through spiritual eyes, it be so different.
Explain to me what you mean by spiritual eyes.
So, when I say spiritual eyes, I mean see.
Y'all just let me smile with you. What y'all talking, man?
So when I say spiritual eyes, I mean really seeing it according to the scriptures.
To the scriptures?
Yeah, to the Bible. Because the Bible is a history book. Mm-hmm. It's not a religion. It is a history book. And so people have made it religion. They have made it seem like religion. So now our people, and then
by history as
they see it as
guide.
They see it more as, I mean, Christianity ain't number entertainment now. Going to church ain't number entertainment now. They wearing tight dresses and booty shorts. The pastor, all he wants is money. Pimping. So when you look at everything through the scriptures, and you see that and understand that, then that's your spiritual eyes. Like, you're not looking at it from the worldly point of view. Like, when I was getting high, going out, doing all the stuff I used to do, I wasn't thinking about nothing spiritual at all, for real.
I feel like me though, once I started smoking and growing my hair and having real life experiences though, I feel like I started getting more spiritual.
Yeah, and so like, I ain't gonna say the smoking part, cause you can be spiritual without smoking.
Right,
you could be spiritual without smoking.
Big facts.
And so I think that the smoking part of it it's purely self-medication. Like, smoking and getting high, like the way we do it, like the way is that's common now, is not like it's not the right way, and it's not a benefit to us, because we think we be being spiritual, but really when you high, you be thinking slow, kinda. Mm-hmm. And I'm just speaking from experience. When, like I said, when I was smoking, getting high, used to blow it down. I would think about spiritual things, but then how can you think about spiritual things when you don't know what's required, what is spiritual? How you know what's spiritual if you don't have a guide? That's just like you going to a job saying, I know how to drive a forklift, and ain't nobody never taught me how to drive a forklift.
Right. Yeah.
So I can't be like, oh, I know how I'm skilled at driving a forklift, because I don't know how to drive a forklift. Ain't nobody. I don't know what I have to do that.
I feel that. So, are you speaking on all that with religion? I can call you right now. Are you just universal? Are you Muslim, Islamic?
So, no, indeed. So, us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives, which are Native Americans, are Israelites, which is not a religion. It's who we are. It's a nation. Because when you think about when we think about the world, see, we was given race. It's really nationality. Because you are of your nation. You are who your nation is. So just like, for instance, Chinese people, they're Asian. You know what I'm saying? Japanese people, they're Asian.
Right.
So they don't, when they come to America, they don't call themselves Asian American, but we African American. How you gonna be African American?
Right.
That don't even make sense. So it's not a religion. What I am is an Israelite, and I identify with my heritage, which is in the Bible. And I follow the laws, keep the statutes and the commandments. So that's.
When did you get on that spiritual journey?
So that started in 2000, like the end of 2017. I started, and I was deep because I had came to this point where
that's what I want to know. It made you.
I was in the church. No lie, I was in the church.
What kind?
Baptist. And I was going to church every Sunday. I had this thing where I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my life together, because I started thinking, like, I would just ride in the car when I was getting high. I would think about stuff like, what's the purpose of this? You know what I'm saying? I'm living life. I'm working. I'm going to work every day, all day. I'm paying bills. I'm living like this. I ain't doing this. So it was just me thinking. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get my life right. Man, I used to lead a church. Christianity. Lead a church. And when I get to the stoplight of the street, I'm firing up a blunt or a Newport. So I'm like, man, this ain't... I'm sitting in church every Sunday. And then when I get out of church, this is what I'm doing. So
smoking gas is sin?
Yes, because you're harming your body with the smoke.
Okay.
So I mean, in a sense, and then the scriptures say be sober. You know what I'm saying? You could have a drink. You know what I'm saying? They drunk wine in the Bible, strong drink. They drunk that. So that's not a sin. The excess of drinking is what's the sin, and then smoking, like I said, it's not. It doesn't. And then the weed that they selling today it's chemically altered. It's not what it's supposed to be.
I guess. Like hydroponically grown and all that.
Right. All them chemicals, and then they put extra stuff on it to make it this and make it that. Like back when I'm gonna say when I very first started getting smoking weed when I was a teenager. What all that loud and all of that stuff did not exist. Then you think about now how weed and just, you got every different kind. You got granddaddy perk. You got this over here. You got that right there. And it's like, where all of this come from?
Well, all the variety just
popped up out of nowhere.
I feel. Or how they like crossbreeding the different strains.
Now they talking about I got this Zai and I got this, like where was Zai at? You know what I'm saying? Like it just. So when things like that happen, that's looking through spiritual eyes. Like a person that's getting high, they don't care what kind it is. They just gonna smoke it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But so
I can't agree. I kind of care because I don't just want no midget.
You don't want no bullshit.
But it ain't. I'm saying, but the smoking period is not what's up. Like it's just it's destroying your body.
No smoking.
You know what I'm saying? And so back to the church thing, because I gotta tell y'all this. So I was getting out of church. I even went to the altar one day. The man was laying hands on folks. So you know what I'm saying? He said, bring your sins to the altar, so
right.
I'm throwing Newports. I'm at the altar like, bruh, like, yeah, he said put it on the altar, so I'm thinking, this is my sin. I can't hide from God. What am I hide from him for?
Yeah. Shit.
So
he was all there with it.
Yeah, all there. Like I had told him, like I had
to sit your purse on there.
I sit the whole purse on there. Like
it's in the bag.
Hey, what you say? Grab it all. Grab it
all.
Look.
Just like put one hand right here and one hand right here, because this is tragic.
Both in one.
But he prayed for me, and he prayed for me, and did all of this hooping and hollering. He tried to make me fall, but I wouldn't fall. So I'm immediately thinking something wrong with me, because everybody that was in line before me now fell out on the floor. So they laying down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how he was trying to make me fall. So I was like,
fall for though. You ain't gotta fall.
Yeah, you ain't gotta fall out now. So I'm like, okay, all right. So after that, he was like, I want you to be come to the minister class, to the minister's class. I want you to be a minister. And I'm like, To myself, I'm thinking like, I ain't really
into
that. Because women, we supposed to be, the men are supposed to be the teachers of the nation. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to teach the women and the children. So
keep it straight.
Me being up in the, you know what I'm saying, in the pulpit, that ain't, that's against the scriptures.
Right.
So I'm thinking this in my mind, but I'm like, okay, so I go to a couple of ministry classes. Long story short, one day we up and after that, I was praying to the Lord. I was like, Lord, I ain't really with this preaching stuff. Like, show me where I'm supposed to go. Show me what it is that I'm supposed to do. And when I did that, he opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. Like, I was in a church one day, and the preacher, he was preaching, and he was like, I told the Lord, you know, he got to come out the book. He got to show me, because I don't see no black people in the Bible. Now, he preaching. So I'm like, okay, that was weird, because that ain't had nothing to do with what he was preaching. Then one day he bust out and was like, because y'all know we ain't Africans. We ain't from Africa. And nobody in the church heard that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, because I was on the spiritual path trying to find out who I was, I heard it clear. So I'm looking like, y'all want it? They just said, yes, Lord. And I'm sitting there stunned, because it's like, he talking directly to me. After that, I ain't been to church no more. I got heavy into the Bible and studying and research. And so I found like different videos and stuff, YouTube, and then searching the scriptures, I found out who I was. And it's a spiritual thing, because the Most High literally have to come and dwell in within you for you to understand who you are, who we are as a people, like you, him. You know what I'm saying? We are the Israelites, and our heritage was taken from us. It's people impersonating us right now, saying that they the Jews and they're not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I know that was kind of a long story, but that's who we are, man.
You had hit on something now about women, though. About how women shouldn't be
leading men. So
women shouldn't be leading men. So how do you feel about the way the culture is nowadays, preaching independent women? You know,
that's so weird, and it's against the scriptures, because for one, we were never supposed to be independent. We are supposed to be a family unit, man, woman, children. You know, as a family, all that independent woman stuff. That's why we have so many women right now that's sitting around here, you so independent. But when you get off Facebook, when you get off Instagram, you crying because he won't come take care of his children. Because you got to pay all these bills by yourself, because you lonely. And this, that, you taking trips by yourself. You in the restaurant, you know what I'm saying, taking pictures by yourself because you so happy. But you really lonely. You really are miserable. And that independent women stuff don't lead you nowhere. And then a lot of the time, that's why these older women grow up, get older and be bitter and lonely, because you was that independent woman one time. You was that independent woman that, I'm F nigga free and I don't need no, we need our black men. All that independent stuff. Listen, say this for the camera. I don't want to be independent. I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be all of that. And then he's supposed to lead. It's a man's job to lead. Women have got, so that independent woman spirit have put a masculine spirit on us, and it's put that no limit soldier on us, because these women sometimes be harder than the men. Like, what? what's wrong, sis? Like, they really do. They really do. And it's not supposed to be. That independent women crap, like, and no offense to nobody, I'm gonna say that like this, but it's the truth. Black women following behind white women, saying, you know what I'm saying, because white women have always wanted, they sit at home with their husbands and stuff and be stay-at-home moms and be behind their man minding their business, but they put it in our heads like we can't never be submissive. We always got to be the strong black woman. We got to always be defiant. Defiant. That spirit comes from other races, and not saying, and then so when it came to us, now it's out of hand. We take it out of hand. We think that's something, that's an accolade. We brag about that like it's what it
Like
is.
something special.
Like it's something special. Independent, being an independent woman.
Yeah.
And I work and you, but you killing yourself, sis.
Yeah,
You trying to be
like
the man and the woman, and
if
you
you take
killing
that
yourself.
village, everybody got to know their role.
Correct.
Right.
And women don't know their role. Us as black women, we don't like to listen to men. Oh, he ain't about to tell me what to do. He ain't about to tell me what to wear. He ain't about to do this. He ain't about to do that. But why? Why?
Why?
Why you want to dress like a whore?
Why?
That's true. Why would that?
Why do you feel like that's independence for you to be out here dressing like a whore? In time he say
Some of them getting 50,000 followers on Instagram and gaining
because
and making
you know
money off of it
you
too.
know why?
And they
Because
be intrigued with that.
No. A lot of stuff be made up. What you see on social media don't be for real.
Yeah.
I mean, and they made it seem like it's real, but it's not. It's made up. Like all of that BBL stuff and all of that stuff. Like I'm so tired of seeing women on the camera, butts tooted up. Like, can we see your faces? Like,
how you feel about women that get BBLs? Do you think they're doing it for themselves, or you think they're doing it
to get attention?
For attention, or they doing it for the likes of others?
I can't say 100% do it for other people. Because there be some people out here with some messed up shapes. I ain't gonna hold you. It just depends on the person.
Yeah.
And then it be some people who, you know what I'm saying, like having all of that belly fat and stuff on you is not healthy sometimes. And it be painful for some people, like say people who lose, they've been 400 pounds all their life and then they lose 200 pounds. That's a whole person.
Right.
They got loose skin everywhere, so I understand in those situations. But as far as just flying to the Dominican or going to Mexico or going to Miami, getting a butt, like for what? Because nobody's supposed to see what you got up under your clothes but your man. And if he had and then from what I've noticed, most men don't even be all of that big butt and all of that, you know what I'm saying, big breast, flat stomach, all of that most of the time. And it's nothing wrong, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being in shape. We need to be more proactive about our health and being in shape. But when it comes to, a lot of them do it for attention. You doing it so that you can get on Instagram or Facebook or wherever and post a picture. You doing it for the world. You're not doing it for yourself.
Right.
And then think about this. These bad bees, these men mess with them, leave them where they at. A lot of them be dumber than a box of rocks. Don't know nothing. All they know is about looking cute and smiling for the camera. They don't really know a whole lot. Spiritually, they don't have nothing. And a lot of men want to talk about things outside of the world. They want to have bigger conversations about bigger things. You can't talk about going higher or growing with nobody who all they care about is the camera. Yeah, they just want to be seen. You can't, it's not.
You focus on worldly views.
Yeah, you focus on how the world views you. That's not self-love. You saying, oh, I got my body here and I love. Right. And then
ain't got one.
You don't even got a conversation.
And then I had somebody I was talking to.
How you expect me to be in a relationship with you?
Right.
Fast.
Right. And I was talking to a man and he was like, Bad Beast is cool. He was like, but she knows she bad. So she entertaining you, him. She don't really care about you. So she flopping from man to man. It's gonna be harder to keep a bad bee. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. You want her, but what if you don't got to keep her? What if you don't have what it takes to keep her?
Yeah,
and then most women
know when to fold.
Right.
You know when to get out of there. But she want to circle around you.
But that's the thing. When you say get out of there, like women,
or either get on your shit.
Right. But women should try to be. You should want to be a wife.
Yeah.
Yo, you shouldn't. But
you don't feel like sometimes she can shit help. Sometimes if she just see that in that man, help mold and teach him in a way to bring him up to speed.
She can. But with these women,
they're not feasible for real.
It depends on where his mind stay at.
Is he willing to learn?
Because
is he
open to learn?
Yeah.
Because we heard all our life, You can't help nobody that want to help themselves.
Yeah, like they say, you can lead
the horse to water, but you can't make them dry.
Right.
Yeah. So you can, if that's what type of time y'all on. Like it's people, for instance, I was talking about my spiritual journey where I started out when I found out who I was. It's couples that was in the world. You know what I'm saying? And then one of them found out about the truth. And then so now one of them, is on a spiritual journey and the other one's still stuck in the world. They've been able to come together to be on one accord to now they both in the truth. They both understand who they are. They both understand how we supposed to live. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it can happen.
Can you give me something to let me know that I'm a Israelite, like a scripture or something feasible that I can actually physically see that you have read or something?
Yes. So if you go into the book of Deuteronomy, really the whole Bible, to be honest, I mean, like even like I said, the Bible is history, our history, because they got you thinking that, you know what I'm saying, we've been slaves the whole time. Like we was bought here 400 years ago, or however long ago, and that's where we began. No, we lived. We are the original people, first of all. So let's state that for the record. So when we talk about our history, you can go in Deuteronomy chapter 28. It tells you who the scriptures was written for. It tells you basically the children of the slaves, the people who was bought here on slave ships. You know this is not our land. We were bought here on slave ships. So that identifies with, and then there's curses, there's things that we go through right now as a people that's outlined in that Bible. Like even stuff that, even the way we talk right now, we think that, it's some new lingo. It's things like we'll be like, then it's just off the top of my head, but you'll be like, somebody irked me. Like the scriptures says, like Christ saying somebody's irksome. Like different stuff like that, or even how to fry chicken. Yeah. Different stuff like that is in the scriptures. Boy, where that's a part of our culture, basically. But not just that, reading the curses and all of the things that we go through right now today, and then the scriptures tell you who it was written for. The people, the people who were bought here on slave ships. So that's how we identify with the scriptures. And then when you do further research and you look up history, it relates to the scriptures. And so you know who it was written to and who these people are today, where they are right now.
I feel that. I feel like I had a reset, like, I don't know, like at age 28, it felt like something came over me and I felt like I was coming into my truth, you know what I'm saying? Because I always grew up in Rising Star AME or Zion, you know what I'm saying? AME Zion Church. And I just kind of fell out religion, you know what I'm saying? And I got on my spiritual journey as well. Like I believe it's a higher power or whatnot, but I just don't classify myself behind a certain religion.
So and so that's what I'm saying. So again,
when you say
Israelites are not scriptures. So when I say I'm an Israelite, there are 12 tribes. Right, there are 12 tribes. When I say I'm an Israelite, I'm from the tribe of Judah. Okay. As far as I know, I like to say I'm Issachar because I love Issachar food, but I'm from what I know, that's Mexican food. Issachar is the tribe of it's Mexicans. It's the tribe of Issachar. That's you're Hispanics, Latinos, stuff like that. But what you ask me?
You were telling me, because I said
okay, so yeah, so I was saying that. So Israel has 12 tribes. So just like I was explaining to you, like Asians, Japanese, Vietnamese, just like even with white people, you got Irish people, you got German people, you got Russian people. You know what I'm saying? So you got people that's from Britain, British. So when you think of us as Israelites, you're speaking of a nationality. You're not saying I'm a religion. That I'm like Baptist or I'm Baptist or I'm Pentecostal or I'm this or I'm that. Because that's not true. It's all made up to keep the true people from finding out who they is. Really? So they created all of these religions to make you, and then a lot of it is idolatry. Because when you think about it, you worshiping idolatry. Idolatry. And idolatry is basically anything you put before God.
Okay. Like
but
idolizing something else.
Idolizing something else. Mm-hmm. Like wearing crosses. You in the midst of idolatry, because if somebody killed my parent with a gun, I'm not gonna put no gun around my neck and say, oh, somebody killed my mom with a gun, so I'm gonna wear this gun to symbolize her death. No, that's stupid. So wearing a cross to symbolize Christ being hung on the cross is crazy.
Yeah, I wonder
what so that's idolatry. Yeah, that's idolatry.
And I feel like I said, at 28 I was in the resale, right?
Right.
But that's when I got into, so like I was like 6 years in the Bible. Yeah. And I started kind of not necessarily losing the passion for it, but like getting bored with it.
Right.
So I turned and created this platform, and now with this platform I'm able to impact the masses with some of the conversations that we have in the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of the conversation they make the hairs on my arm raise because it's so impactful to me. Now I'm able to give it to a community of other people abroad, who are gonna be watching this. So
right.
I feel like this is very beneficial. It's my way of being impactful to the masses.
And it's important because as a people, we so lost and we have gotten away from what is really respect. What's integrity? We think street cred is respect. That ain't gangster, and that ain't nothing. Cause when you die, they gonna shout you out on Facebook a couple days after you die. They gonna come around your folks. They might come around your folks. Some of them might not even come around your folks, but they gonna come around your folks for them little 7 days. And when they put you in the ground, they ain't gonna think about you no more. They ain't gonna mention your name. You might have a close friend. Everybody have a close friend, or somebody that's close to them, 1 or 2 of them, that's gonna keep their name alive. But for the most part, all them people that talking about them was fooling with you while you was here, they not gonna be thinking about you. When you go in that ground, they not calling your mama. They not checking on your children or none of that. It's life goes on. So, and then women, they thinking all that being cute, taking pictures, they have put us in so much of a negative light where we think it's cool to be on TV being ratchet, fighting all the time, drinking, getting high. Women and Lord knows I love my people. Krishan and what his name? Blueface. Man.
That's a crazy couple right
That's
there.
so crazy. But this is the type of
Toxic 101.
Toxic 1.
Number one. They the number one
First
toxic.
lesson.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
And they put our people on TV like that. And we think that's cool. They think that's how we supposed to live. They think that's a life that's cute to them. That's living life. That's not. That is so bottom of the barrel. Like, I wish my daughter would. I don't care if you getting paid for it or not. You get on TV and embarrass me like that, girl. Listen, I'm coming on the set and we gonna box.
Right.
That ain't how she was.
That ain't P to me.
No, that is not. That ain't not at all. It's weird. It is weird. And so as women, we think that's cool, and then a lot of the time, then you be saying he beat you up, he knocked you out, because a lot of men ain't finna let you just walk up to them and bust them in their face, black they eye, and then when he beat you up, you want to call the police. But you should have kept your hands to yourself, sis.
All your brothers and all that.
You know what I'm saying? You wanna get folks house shot up and all kind of stuff when you hit this man. No, keep your hand. Be a lady. At the end of the day, you should. If you meet somebody. It's a scripture a scripture in the Bible that says prove a friend. And that means not just when you talk about friendships, you talk about family, you talk about females that you meet. You prove a person. You see what that person about. You see, you know what I'm saying, how they gonna, when it's funky. If y'all going through something, how they gonna react. If y'all get in an argument, how they trying to resolve the situation. You don't want nobody that want to box every time you see them. You don't want no woman that's drunk. She falling all over herself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not trying to be
not
funny
attractive.
and not attractive. All you pissing on yourself and all. That's not attractive.
Yeah.
Not the pissing on yourself.
And women, look, listen. On this man internet, as they say, you will see everything. And us as a people, then the disrespect to the black woman, like we are the only race of people that sits up and dog and call your women bees and hoes. We glorify that. We listen to music all day long that talks about that. So it's so easy for us to disrespect them. It's so easy for us to disrespect each other. Yes, it's easy to do that because that's what whatever you feed your spirit, that's what you're gonna put out.
I feel it.
I'm one that before I involve myself in a relationship with a female though, that's like one of the things I let them know off the rip though. That bitch word, that whole word, I ain't playing with it.
Right. Because no real man is. No real man is. When you get mad, the first thing you say is bitch. He gonna be ready to go in your stove. Why you playing? It's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. And it's vice versa. It's disrespectful to a woman. Like we should be able to have a disagreement without
y'all make it. But women normalize it with each other though.
I don't play that.
Yes,
listen here. Don't call me, cause I have family that's still in the world that's not, and I really don't like. When you get on a spiritual journey, you gonna figure out that when you really own it for real, the people you used to be around, the people you ain't gonna be around, because you gonna be on a whole different type of time, and they ain't gonna be on that time. So either the Lord gonna remove them, or you gonna remove them. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you want to talk about spiritual upliftment stuff, they want to talk about this, the new joints that came out. You don't talk about that.
You know what be blowing me when you just look up and kind of realize that it was the last time you done something with someone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not even
realizing it. You know how many times I sit up and think about? I'll be like, dang, I ain't heard from such and such in a minute.
Yeah.
Or dang, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I ain't. But it's like. We ain't talking about the same thing. We ain't on the same time. What you want to talk about and what I want to talk about ain't the same thing. I don't want to talk about
from people.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
ain't go with you.
Exactly. And then when you talk about, like, you will have some people, like I have people that I talk to that, call me and want to ask me questions about, where I'm at in my spirit and different things. They still in the world, but I talk to them, and try to uplift them and help them to understand who they are. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to, once we understand the truth, we supposed to be able to tell our loved ones and tell people that we know.
Speak your truth.
Speak your truth, yeah. So that's something that we're supposed to do. And we're supposed to have a care for one another. And, so I will talk to people, but when you get to a certain level and you get up, it's good. People gonna be removed from your life, and you just gonna be looking like, dang, it's been a minute. Dang, this was the last time me and such talked. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
But I can say this. I express my spirituality to my friends, my close friends. Like, I will only say I have, literally, 4 friends. I can say is my day ones, die hards. I've been these folks' friends since, I'll probably say 5th grade.
Wow.
5th grade.
Oh, praises, yeah.
I'll probably be too high. As for me, my spirituality, my nationality, I don't know that. I don't know that. I feel like I'm from all parts of the world.
Why you feel like that?
Why do I feel like that? Because I'm too open. I'm so open to everything in the world. Like I cook. I do infuse food as well. So everything I hear or see, I want to know. Even religion, I ask people about their religions.
Right.
I got an Irish lady. She said she'll go to a Celtic church. I never heard of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I see
heard of that.
and listen to her talk about her church, what they do at her church.
Mm-hmm.
They church 30 minutes long sometimes.
No,
30 minutes. I tell them
Short.
about the church I used to grow up in. You get there at 9, you ain't even get out till about 2:30. You finna be hot, you finna be hungry.
But you know what? White people, listen, let me tell you something. So you know when you go with us, you go to a funeral. Bro, you finna be in there for about 2-3 hours.
2-3 hours.
When I went to a funeral, a white person funeral, it was over in like 35 minutes. So I'm like, that's it. Nobody was crying. They was standing around talking like it. Bro, we finna go eat some potato salad and hot dogs. Like it was no emotion. Period. Like and it was over so quick. And I'm like, man, black people gonna dance, scream, cry. I'm talking about fall out. You in the casket with grandma. Oh, I'm talking about all that. So I was just, it's ways of life is different. Like it is different for them. So I understand that about the 30-minute service. Like they
just blew me. Like I was just thinking like, so like, was anybody really sad? What y'all did to repast? Repast? What you mean? You know when everybody get together and eat after the funeral. You know after you buried the body.
Bro, don't be no repast.
No repast. y'all just gonna go y'all separate ways?
Yes.
Everybody finna just say.
And then they ain't finna talk. They gonna collect that insurance money and they ain't finna.
To the next Thanksgiving.
Next Thanksgiving, that's crazy.
We had a question. What you wanted to ask Franco?
I wanted her to talk about food and about
Food. So y'all know we have a certain type of diet that we supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Okay. We mainly. Well, so let's just go.
It's in the beginning.
So let's talk about what's lawful and what's not lawful.
Let's talk about it.
I did. Okay. So all this crab legs they eating online, all these shrimps they eating online, crawfish, shellfish, all that different stuff. People will literally eat anything out the ocean. People will too. Them I can't even say. I don't know if they.
Yeah, I was eating crab.
But them tie-dye folk, man, I be literally saying this. I don't know if he's Japanese. I don't know what his nationality is, but I be saying he'll pop up on Facebook. You know they had a little ads and stuff pop up. This man be eating everything, like some stuff out the ocean you never even seen. I'm talking about crabs big as that damn. He had a crab on there the other day, big as that
circle.
That circle. Mm-hmm. We don't supposed to be eating. No, we supposed to eat the lawful. So you can have, we can eat deer, we can eat chicken, beef, turkey, stuff like that. But that pig, it's not lawful. It's not. It's not. Swine is not, because a pig is the literally the nastiest thing on earth.
They are
literally the nastiest thing, and they don't have no sweat glands. They full of infections. You know, when you have a sweat glands and stuff, sweating is a way of releasing toxins in your body. Well, if they ain't sweating, they ain't releasing no toxins. Where it's going? It's just in there. And then a pig will eat his dead baby. You could throw something over there dead, it's gonna eat it. So why would you want to put that in your body in the first place?
Yeah. Then
catfish, shellfish, things like that are bottom feeders. They call them bottom feeders because they were created to clean the ocean.
What about tilapia?
A pig that's a man-made fish. Now tilapia, I used to eat tilapia. Tilapia personally is
still
good.
Eat it. I'm still flawed out. I still eat some tilapia. Just had some.
And so I've done research on tilapia a little bit, and I know that they be saying that it's because tilapia is like farm raised. Like it's not. Like, I've never personally seen a video of nobody catching no tilapia. That's just my experience.
Me too.
I never seen, like, you ain't never seen no food truck at the Chinese restaurant. Like that. So, but to answer your question on the diet part, we got a righteous diet that we supposed to live by. That's why we have so many sicknesses and diseases and different stuff that's ill in our communities, and we die so young because we putting so much stuff in our body that we shouldn't be.
Right. Facts.
And so, all of that, eating hog moths and chilies and all of that, like you literally eat
all this stuff with sugar and high fructose corn syrup.
You eating crab.
Yeah, for sure.
You really eating some of that whole poop.
You eating bowels.
You eating shit.
You eating bowels.
Somebody folks be like chitlins.
Yeah, you literally like and let me say this because I used to eat chitlins.
I can't even sit in the same house.
But when I sat down,
how clean they say them things, I do not like.
When I sat down and watched the video of how they clean them when they get ready to sell them to you, like it literally looked like a butthole. Like
man, that's what I be saying. I'm the butthole part, bro. What's wrong with that, bro?
You literally when we skeet the water through there, you literally can see the butthole part, like.
How, bro?
Why you would want
that? Why you would want that? And then the crazy thing that it was even crazier is because I don't care how many onions you put in there. I don't care how many potatoes you put in there. I don't care if you still gonna taste that slight hint of crab.
That slight hint of crab.
That slight hint of boo boo.
And the crazy thing about it, folks
so
clean it before they cook them.
Clean and
see it on their hands.
Seen it.
You picking it
man,
up,
listen.
Still gonna eat it.
Cause you know, like so as Israelites, we don't celebrate holidays either. Birthdays, we don't do birthdays, we don't do holidays. Because we as a people, we as a people is timeless. But listen,
you can't tell them we don't do holidays, we don't do pagan holidays.
We don't do pagan holidays. Let me correct that for the camera. Correct. We don't do pagan holidays. We do Passover. Pagan holidays are like Christmas, Easter.
Man.
Bunnies don't lay eggs. So why are you coloring an Easter egg, saying that has to do with the Passover? It has to do with Passover. We celebrate Passover. We celebrate High Holy Days. It's called High Holy Days. Passover, Feast of First Fruits, Tabernacle, where we go out to the woods and camp and live how we would live if we wasn't used to this Western society. How basically practicing the righteous acts of how we will be when we get to the kingdom. Mm-hmm. Because ultimately,
we can find all this in the Bible as well.
Yes, you find all this in the Bible.
Okay,
and then it's so you can find out about Passover in Exodus when the Lord brought us out of Egypt, and then you can also find out about some of the other high holy days. We keep Feast of Dedication, which usually is in the winter. That's like a 7-day, what they call Hanukkah.
Okay.
So we keep all of those days. We just don't do Christmas, like I said. We don't do 4th of July because independence. We wasn't free when they signed the Declaration. That's the crazy thing about it. Our people celebrate things that have nothing to do with them. Like you celebrating the 4th of July, and these folks is literally. These people is literally you was a slave when they was signing the Declaration of Independence. Right. They literally when the Declaration of Independence was signed, it literally meant that they were their own country. So it was like I think they were separate, seceding from
British.
Yeah, from the British.
Right.
So what do they have to do with you? You were still a slave. On July 4th, right, you still in that cotton field. Because guess what? You paying for things that are supposed to be free right now. You go to work every day, and you going to give your money right back to them. Yep. That's the smartest thing that they could have ever thought of. You paying for things that literally should be free, like water, gas. Who told you it was yours? They charging this stuff for things this ain't even yours.
Right.
It's not the land of free.
And you not. This is the land of the thief and the home of the slave. Because everything that this man got, he stole it. Everything that you literally see was invented by a black person. And if you go deep, go deep in history and study, then you can understand these things. So they teach you their history. They teach you how to be inferior. They teach you how to be. So then, by the time you think about it, you think so little of yourself because you think that you think you came here as a slave and that was all you've been since you've been here.
And now you don't care no more.
And now you don't care no more. That's literally all that they told you. But when you go in the scriptures, you will figure out who we was. The world was made for us. We was ruling them. But because we wanted to be wicked like them, when we seen the things that they were doing and seen the stuff how they was living, we wanted to live like that. And we took it to a whole nother level. We was putting our children through the fire, baking cakes for Diana and doing all kind of weird stuff, putting Christmas trees up in the house. You celebrating your birthday. Literally, every time a birthday is celebrated in the scriptures, it was not a bad thing. We are timely. time does not exist with the Most High. So how are you sitting up here talking about I'm 35? If we used to live forever. We used to live long lives. So how I'm gonna be in the kingdom talking about, oh, today I turned 2065? Like you exist outside of time. It's you literally count down till you die. When you think you're aging, you're aging yourself. In
the beginning, they did have age. They just was living longer.
They was living longer. Okay.
Some years, then it knocked down to.
I want you. This gonna be your homework. Go find me a scripture where we celebrate, us as a people celebrated a birthday. I'm talking about Israelites from the 12 tribes of Israel that celebrated a birthday, because literally a birthday was never a birthday.
Who are the people that was naming in the Bible?
A birthday is really, you only born one time, first of all. Let's take that for the record. You only born one time. I was born February 15, 1981. I was not born every year after that. So why am I celebrating?
Who said you reborn?
No, I'm just saying, why you celebrating a birthday? You saying,
oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was only born one time. Right. Why am I keep
having rebirths?
Yeah.
Then why am I? And then I'm counting down. You know, us, because of our sins and how far we've fallen from the Most High, our lives are shorter and shorter and shorter.
Yes.
Why I want to sit up like for me, I haven't celebrated my birthday in 5 or 6 years. So when my birthday come, it literally takes one of my family members happy birthday, and I be like, girl, what today is? Looking at my phone trying to figure out, is it my birthday? I don't know. Because I'm existing outside of time. I'm thinking about myself because I'm trying to make it to the kingdom. So I'm trying to live outside of time. I'm not trying to, time don't exist with the Most High. So why I'm counting time?
Right. But you got to constantly remind that every day of that though with the people that in your circle. So you can't never forget it either.
Right. That's true. But that's why my circle got small. Like I have a cousin. She's so like for every year for the first 3 years. She would call me every year. Happy birthday, happy birthday. I was like, oh, so why you gonna call me? My parents right now, neither one of them are the truth. Like my dad know the truth. He talks about the scriptures all the time. When it comes, see, we don't really want to change.
Nah,
we want to know this. We want to know the truth. But a lot of the things that we think is hard, we grew up celebrating our birthday our whole life.
Yeah, so you grew up.
So my 3 oldest children are not in it. They don't like. They don't live by it. Yeah, they don't live by it.
They don't live by what
you speak.
Hold on,
right? They don't. You know. They live totally how they want to live. You know what I'm saying? And my family, I'm the only person in my family that's in the truth, besides my kids that stay with me. I had Courtney and Kamari.
Courtney and Kamari.
They
feel about not celebrating birthdays and certain pagan holidays or our pagan holidays or whatnot. You know, because you transition because there was a point in time you celebrated it, right?
So Kamari, he really, the majority of his life, he don't remember. So when I came into the truth, I think he was 3. I think he was 3 or 4. So he don't really remember Christmas. Okay. He don't really remember celebrating a birthday. He don't remember those things. See, we teach our children that. It's on us parents. We teach our kids that. We instill that in them. So, like Courtney, she was older. So, but she don't really, like, if she do, to be honest, I don't really care because I take care of her right now. What she do when she get out of my house, that's her business. While she in my house, I mean, I do listen to her as far as how she feel about certain things. But as long as she in my house, she don't really speak against it. Like, we just not used to it no more. The Kamari, and so one thing about it is, I can go.
The first couple of years changing, was it?
It was because, you know, we characterize Christmas and holidays as a time to go spend time with the family. So if I don't celebrate that anymore, I don't do it no more. Where I'm going, you know what I'm saying, on December 25th, I'm staying at home with the kids. But the thing about that is, with my kids, if he be like, Mom, can you buy me some Roblox? Mom, like he just got a new iPad today. Like, throughout the year. So why I gotta wait? Why the world told you I'm supposed to buy you all of these gifts on December 25th? What about all the rest of the days?
Right.
So if we in the store and he be like, Mom, can I get this? Get it. Can I get this? Like go say, Mom, yes. So then when Christmas come around, he ain't thinking about, oh, I'm waiting on one day for to open up a whole bunch of gifts. Cause 9 times out of 10, whatever he wanted, he already got it.
Y'all only want that because that's how we program.
That's how we program, and they programmed us thinking the same way. Like Christmas literally don't have nothing to do with the birth of Christ, but they tell you that it do. It don't have nothing to do with the birth of Christ.
What do Christmas got something to do with?
Nothing.
What's you think
even wickedness.
Yeah, I want to know.
Like so it's a pagan holiday. So when Christmas and all come around and all of those days come around, this is times when they have pagan festivals and big orgies and different stuff like that.
What you got, Franco?
For him to understand it, the pagan shit come from the Roman Catholics, right?
Right. And the other nations. So you have to understand it. You have to study. Like it's so much that I can go over the. So I'm trying to tell you and make you understand the basics of it, but it's so much information that it's too big for this. Right? One little segment.
Like you really gotta do your own
work
research.
it up. Yeah, but Christmas is pagan in nature. It has nothing to do with Christ. It was based on them having big orgies and festivals, like I said, and different stuff. It has nothing to do with Christ. Like it literally is rooted in wickedness.
Why?